Hello, and today we're going to be doing a video review of the Ulanzi, or I'm not sure if it might be actually Ulanzi mini LED video light. So let's get into it. So I actually already opened it up and took it out of the box, so I'm just going to move the box to the side. And so what I got in the box was the actual light itself. I actually got two of them, and I'm using the other one to light this video. So this is the box. It also, I ordered the extra, it's a couple extra dollars. I got it with the battery, and I'll show you why in a second. So it also came with just a short, it's pretty standard micro USB cable for charging or powering it. To have hundreds of these, just going to throw that in the box with all the rest of them. And it came with two color filters. So it came with, they also diffuse the light. So it came with the white one, so you get this kind of warm light, or sorry, rather this cool white light, and then another one to get a very warm color temperature light from it. I find this a bit too warm. I don't like using it, but it came with it, and I'll show you how they attach in a second. So we have the light itself here. And the reason I ordered the batteries is so you can see you can power it with 4 AA batteries. But that's going to get very wasteful really quickly because AA batteries are quite expensive. So you order it, it's a standard, just little, it comes with the battery, and you kind of just slot it in like that. Oh, sorry. You slot it in like that, and it kind of just stays in there. And that's what the extra filter is for. So when you have the batteries on there, they attach magnetically. I'm not sure if you can see that right there. And when you put it on, it just kind of clicks on there. So it keeps everything from falling out, keeps it nice and protected. And then of course you take the filter that you're going to be using on front of the lights to diffuse it. You can use it without the filter. I don't recommend that because this does diffuse the light just a little bit, makes it a touch softer, especially because these are going to be very short distance lights. You are going to have to be pretty close to the subject. You want the lights to be as diffused as possible. So taking a tour around the body, on the top here, we just have the power button, right? Turns on the lights. On here we have a kind of like dial wheel. And so what this is for is when we turn on the light, as you can see I have it all the way down, you don't see anything. If I bring it back up, the lights turn on because it is, so it lets you dim the light. So that can be really useful depending on where you're shooting, especially because this gets really bright. And that's one thing to be cautious. If you do buy these, turn it on away from you, because the dial, at least mine, came all the way on full brightness. So you can hurt your eyes turning this on if you're looking at it. So just be careful about that. There's nothing really on this side. There's a little light right there for when you're charging it, so it doesn't actually indicate anything, but when you plug it in to charge, it'll give you a, like that, you just plug it into charge, it'll give you a red light as it's charging and a green light when the battery is fully charged, so that's really useful. And then just looking at the bottom, it's actually kind of cool. It's a combo. So we have a standard tripod quarter 20 mount thread here, and it's actually metal, so I was surprised to see that. It's metal, not plastic, especially considering how cheap these lights were. So it's going to be pretty solid. Obviously the rest of it's attached with plastic to the body, but the actual threading is metal, so that's really nice. So it lets you put it on a tripod, which is infinitely useful for positioning these lights wherever you need them. And then on the bottom here, not only, you notice it's a square, again it is plastic, but this allows you to mount it to pretty much every single camera, any DSLR or mirrorless camera, because this is a standard hot shoe mount, so I can actually mount the light on top of my DSLR for certain, say if I was vlogging or something. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that for shoots unless you are getting close up to your subject, because again, with LED, any type of LED light without a reflector, like this one, the distance is going to be very short, but it's going to be a very broad light. So even on full intensity, if you're not that close to your subject, it doesn't light it up that much. Okay, so just a second and I'll show you putting it on the camera. Okay, so here we just have my Canon Rebel T5 or 1200D here outside of North America. And again, it just has the hot shoe mount. So what I can do is I take the light and I just slide the square on, right, like that. And then it has this thing here to tighten it. So you just kind of spin it to the right until it tightens and it kind of locks the light into the hot shoe plate. You can shake it about. It's pretty sturdy. I wouldn't go dropping the camera. That would probably cause the light to fall off and break. But it stays on there. And again, if I'm doing any shooting, I can turn the light on, adjust the brightness. And so I think it's pretty useful. One of the things I definitely plan to use these for is going to be portrait shoots that I do, as well as any miniature or figurine photography, like kind of, you know, things like this. It really allows me to light them up, just allowing me to get really in there for small little subjects. So that's pretty much it. That is the Ulanzi Mini LED video light. I will have a link in the description if you do want to purchase this. I purchased mine from a website known as AliExpress, so that's where the link will be. I'm sure you can find these on any other retailer online kind of web store, because they do seem to be a very kind of generic Chinese thing. In fact, I found several different companies or sellers selling the same product under different names. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.